Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Stefano Lombardo here, and today I'm going to show you my productive desk setup for 2022. I did one of these about a year ago for 2021, and looking back, it's crazy how much everything's changed in that time. For this year, I wanted to really focus on being more productive, how I'm spending my time, and focus more time on the things I love doing, like creating content for you. As someone who spends all day at their desk scripting videos, editing photos, and editing videos, I needed to have something that I can enjoy working at. Now, because I've been making so many changes to this desk setup, I found that in order for me to be productive and stay focused, I needed to have a clean workspace. So for this year, I wanted to go as minimalistic as possible, so let me show you. Starting off with the desk itself, this is actually a standing desk made by a company called Vivo. I bought this desk roughly a year ago, and so if you watched my last year's desk setup, you would know that this is the same desk. Now, compared to other desk manufacturers, this is actually priced really well, at about half the costs of other standing desks. This version only has one motor, but I don't have much weight on my desk, as you can see, so one motor is more than enough support. You can save up to 3 preset heights at one time, so you can easily go from your preferred sitting height to a standing position by just clicking one button. It also has a timer you can set to remind yourself every half an hour, or 2 hours to switch positions. Overall, this desk has been great to me, and I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. If you're looking into getting a standing desk, I would actually highly recommend this desk. Also, if you're interested in anything I'm talking about in this video, I'll leave a link to everything in the description. As for the chair, this is the Kendros office chair from Staples. It's just a basic office chair with your usual 3 adjustments. One for raising and lowering the chair, one for tilting the backrest, and one for tilting your seat. Again, just your standard adjustments. I bought this chair when I bought the desk, and I will say that this chair isn't the most comfortable thing in the world, but because I'm always changing seating positions every half hour from standing to sitting, this chair is more than enough. If you have a desk that's not standing and you spend hours at your desk sitting, then I definitely wouldn't suggest this chair. I guess we'll talk about everything on top of the desk, and then I'll talk about how I manage all my cables and how I power everything. As for my computer, this is the M1 Mac Mini, which I just bought in December and have been loving it ever since. It's extremely fast and has more than enough power for all my photo and video editing needs. It just sits to the left of my monitor, and one of my favorite things about the Mac Mini is the extremely small footprint. I don't need to have a big computer tower underneath my desk or anything like that, so it definitely helps make this desk setup as clean as possible. As for the specs, I'm not going to go into detail, so if you want to watch a full review I made on the M1 Mac Mini, I'll leave a link down below to that video. Paired with the Mac Mini, our monitor is the BenQ PD2700U 4K monitor. As a photographer and content creator, it's so important to have a sharp and color accurate monitor, and that's exactly what this monitor is. It supports 100% of the Rec 709 and sRGB color space with 7 color profiles that are calibrated directly from factory. This monitor is amazing. So if I'm editing photos that I know will be viewed on the web, Instagram, or something like that, I switch to the sRGB profile, and if I'm editing video, I use the Rec 709 profile to ensure my content looks the same on different color spaces. The monitor is on the factory stand it comes with, and it allows you to pivot, rotate, tilt, and rise or lower the monitor. The base is pretty big for this monitor, and you can actually see that it hangs off the desk a bit because I wanted my monitor a bit further back from my eyes. I do wish this desk was wider or deeper, so I guess that's the one thing I really don't like about it. However, the nice thing is with standing desks, you can just take the top, swap it with something else, something deeper or wider, and you can use the same legs. Anyway, this monitor is definitely one of the best investments I've ever made. So if you're interested in a full review I made on this monitor, I'll also leave a link for that video down below. As for peripherals, I'm rocking the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse and the new MX Keys mini keyboard. Now let's talk about this guy for a second. If you've watched any other desk setup videos, you know that everyone's setup is usually different. Computers are different, monitors are different, but the one thing that is common or the same in almost every setup is this mouse, the MX Master 3. If you watch my old desk setup video, the mouse I was using was the Razer Death Adder V2, and I thought that thing was comfortable. But after buying this mouse, I definitely won't be going back to anything else. I don't know what it is, my hand just fits around it perfectly. Master 3 can remember and switch between 3 Bluetooth devices super fast, so if I wanted to switch from the Mac Mini to my iPad or another computer, I can do that in a second by just clicking this button. It has this odd but cool design that we don't see in any other mice, and that's because it's made for comfortability and the best ergonomics. It has a few customizable buttons, a side scroll wheel, perfect for those video editing timelines, and it has a battery life of 70 days on one single charge. After using this mouse for a couple months, I can definitely say having a mouse that is comfortable makes a huge difference in your productivity. The keyboard I've been using is the MX Keys Mini, made by Logitech. The MX Keys Mini is a smaller and newer version of the MX Keys, and its main difference is the size. If you haven't noticed, this is a 75% keyboard, and just like the MX Master 3 mouse, it can also remember and switch between 3 Bluetooth devices super fast. The keyboard has a very solid build and surprisingly far key travel, which is something I really like. The keys have a small indent made perfectly for your finger pads to sit in, which is super nice and actually helps from slipping off and clicking wrong keys. It has a few keys that you don't typically see on other keyboards, like an emoji key, dictation key, screenshot key, and a mic mute and unmute key. I really enjoy typing on this keyboard, and coming from someone who loves mechanical keyboards because of their clickiness and key travel, I think I actually like this keyboard more. It's just super comfortable to type on, especially when I'm typing on it for 8 hours a day. I usually keep my iPad on the desk. This is the iPad Air 4, and I usually use it to play music while I'm working because the speakers on it are just amazing. At least I think so. However, with the new universal control feature from Apple, I've been using it way more than just playing music. Moving on to the headphones I have here are the Sony MDR10s. I use these headphones for making videos like the one you're watching, so I can ensure I'm getting clean audio. But I also use these when I need to focus on my work. I'm not sure if you can see, but I actually have a condo building being built right outside my window, and the noise that comes from the construction can be distracting, so being able to eliminate all the sound around me is important so I can be as productive as possible. These headphones are so old. I think I got these when I was like 14, and they still work with no issues. However, I probably should upgrade soon because a few months ago the material on the inside ripped, and so this is how I've been using them the past couple of months. Holding up these headphones is a very cheap headphone stand from Amazon. I think it was like 15 bucks. I got this stand because I hated how much space the headphones took up when they were just laying on the desk, so having a stand gets them out of the way. It's super cheap and it does the job. What else do I have here? So this light is the Edge desk light made by LumeCube. I'm a huge fan of LumeCube's products, and this light that they sent me really changed my mood when I'm working at my desk. I usually find that I'm more productive in the evening, and when your entire room is dark and your monitor is the only bright thing, it's not the best for your eyes. So having this light that is temperature changing and dimmable prevents my eyes from straining and overall helps me work longer at my desk. And lastly, for everything on top of the desk, we have the basic YouTuber IKEA plant, which really complements the other plants I have in the room. It also adds a bit of life into the room, so that's why I like it. We have the Anker wireless charging pad, which I usually just leave my phone on there all the time. That way I can always have a charged phone. And lastly, I have my Samsung SSDs, which are always connected to my computer, and that's what I use to edit photos and videos off of. These Samsung SSDs are extremely fast and some of my favorite drives. Highly recommend them. These are the 2 drives on the desk, but I actually have a few more hard drives I use, and those are strapped to the bottom of the desk. One of them being a 2 terabyte drive made by Seagate, and the other is a 4 terabyte drive also made by Seagate. These are the drives I use to back up everything, and my photos and videos are all backed up to those drives. I've been wanting to get a NAS storage setup for a while now, so maybe in next year's desk setup, I'll have an upgraded storage system. Powering everything is this power bar made by Amazon Basics, and I mounted it to the bottom of the desk. The reason for this is not only for better cable management, but with standing desks, you need to be mindful of your cable cables. The last thing you want is to be raising your desk and your monitor falls off because the power cable wasn't long enough. So having everything connected to the desktop and the part that actually rises ensures that you're not pulling any cables and everything goes up and down as one unit. If you look at underneath my desk, the only cable that hangs down is the cable for the power bar, and it's pretty long. All the cables are tied up using these Velcro cable ties, which I've been using for years to tie up literally everything. They work amazing and you can keep reusing them. And lastly, to finish off the desk, we have some Govee strip lights at the very back that we can control and change to any color. That way I can change the color to whatever mood I'm in. Recently, I found that lighting makes a huge difference in how I focus. A couple months ago, my desk used to be pretty far away from my windows, and I just found that I couldn't work, I couldn't focus. Then when I moved my desk into my new YouTube studio that you'll see in a video coming very soon, I had to put my desk against the window, making it a super bright place to work at all day, and I can have a view outside, which I guess is not really a view anymore. But I hope you enjoyed my productive and minimalistic desk setup. If you are interested in any of the items I talked about, I'll leave a link in the description below to a kit.co page with everything in this video. Again, if you want to watch reviews on the Mac Mini and my BenQ monitor, I'll leave those links in the description as well. I had a few people last year send me their desk setups and I thought it was really cool. So if you have a pretty cool desk setup that you'd like to share on Instagram, tag me and I would love to see it. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to see more content like this, and hit that bell to be notified when I post a new video. We'll see you in the next one.